Simba, get out of the way. Simba is literally sitting right. Hi, Papa. You want to be in my video? Yeah? You have to move. Hi guys, so today I figured I'd do a mukbang and part 2 story time to my first roommate nightmare story thing, since a lot of you were asking about it. So I went to that bakery that's right around the corner. Simba is just sitting here being the cutest thing ever. But I went to the bakery again, and it's this bakery. I got some food for lunch. I haven't ate breakfast. I haven't ate anything all day, and I'm literally starving. So as always, I got some water. Simba, we can't be doing this. 2 of them because I haven't drank anything all day. And then for food, I got, it looks so good. I forgot they didn't give me any forks. So I got some fried fish. It looks like this. Some fried fish with some rice and mushrooms. Anyways, this looks bomb. And I figured I was gonna eat with some crushed red pepper today instead of like sriracha, what I usually do. Don't come up here. I'm actually really annoyed right now because I don't know at what point my camera stopped recording, but my camera always takes it upon itself to just stop recording. So anyways, as I was saying, I told you guys a story about the first girl that was my roommate in A school. Thank God she wasn't my roommate in Bahrain, but she was in Bahrain, she just wasn't my roommate. So the girl that I got as a roommate in Bahrain, I also knew her from A school, but the reason she got there a little after us was because she had to go to a different A school afterwards. So she got there a little after we did. And you know, when I like found out she was my roommate, I was like, okay, cool, like she's a cool girl, it'll be fine. This is so good. But in A school, I didn't see her much. So I was like, you know, she must have been doing her thing. Like, she was fine. She wasn't trouble or anything. So good. So, at first, you know, I realized she was a little messy, which is usually my roommates are like, or anyone really that isn't me, I think is messy, because I think I'm like the cleanest person alive. But I was like, okay, whatever, she's a little messy, it's fine. Like, I'll do my part to clean and then let her know that she has to clean too, so that we don't fail room inspections or whatever. And my chain of command in Bahrain used to actually, if we failed the room inspection, we had to muster in our whites. So I let her know that. I was like, hey, make sure you're doing your bed and stuff before you leave, because if we fail a room inspection, me and you have to muster in whites and do them. Which it wasn't true, it was just me, but I was like, let me scare her so that she can actually make her bed or something. So the first thing that bothered me was I had these like makeup wipies on my vanity, and she would grab them, use them, and then leave the dirty ones on my nightstand table. Like, I'm not joking, she left dirty wipes all the time from her mascara, because her mascara was always runny, so I'm guessing she would like clean it up and just leave it, use my stuff, and then leave it right next to my bed, which was not cool. But at that point I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw them out. Like, I'm gonna be the bigger person. And then she would always ask me to borrow clothes, which, you know, we're roommates, so I was like, that's cool, like, you can take that, you can borrow that, as long as I was like, don't like I don't know, stain it or anything, I'd be like, just put it in my hamper when you're done using it. Like, I don't mind people borrowing my clothes, especially like my friends and stuff. Like, I didn't really hang out with her, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be petty, like she can borrow my stuff. That was all fine. Until one day, I was working the gate, like I was standing post, right? And I seen her coming through, and I realized that she has my shirt on, and I'm like, so she's coming up, she's coming through the gate, and she's like, oh hey, like, by the way, I borrowed your shirt, like I hope you don't mind. And I was like, okay, like it's the first time she's done that. Usually she asks, maybe she was in a hurry, whatever, you know, giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, that's fine, just put it back whenever you're done, right? And then I realized she took my, because that shirt was in my closet, which my closet is locked with like a lock. It was locked. So then I realized, oh, this girl like took my key, opened my lock, went in my closet and looked for whatever she wanted to wear. So at that point I was like, okay, that's kind of annoying. Like, she had to go out of her way to do all of this. It's not like she opened a drawer or anything. Like, she literally went in my closet, grabbed it and whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So I grabbed my key and I hid it somewhere else, right? So then a couple of days passed by. I remember I was at work and I had forgotten something in my room. I needed to go to my room for something, and it was really late because I worked nights. I was working at 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Thank God Sim was about to go to sleep because he was being so annoying. So I decided to go in my room to get something I forgot. I opened the door. It's dark, obviously. She works days, so she's sleeping. I go in there and I see her and some dude laid up in bed, right? So I'm like trying to like not wake them up because that would be awkward. And at the same time I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm not home, so like at least she's not doing it while I'm home or whatever. Like, granted, we're not supposed to be doing that, but whatever, you know, I mean, she's a grown-ass woman, she has someone in bed, cool, whatever. So that's my mentality. I'm like, let me like let her do her thing, whatever. I step out of the room. Don't ever mention it to her. Like, I never bring it up to her because in my mind I'm like, it's cool, like it's not a big deal. She continues to use my stuff, but this, like, she's starting to like do it more sneakily to where like she doesn't want me to find out she's doing it, and she doesn't want to ask me if she can borrow stuff because I'm sure she was like, I'm borrowing too much stuff. Like, she was constantly asking me to borrow stuff. So my friend texts me and she's like, hey, did you let Rachel borrow your shirt? And I'm like, no, I didn't. Why? She's like, well, because she's wearing your shirt and we took a picture and I was gonna post it, but she was like, don't post it because she doesn't know that I like am borrowing this shirt or whatever. And so obviously she knew that I didn't let her borrow it, but she was like low-key just letting me know. And if she would have asked, it would have been fine. But she wasn't asking. She was just doing it, taking it upon herself to do it. And I was like, whatever. So I want to say I moved my key somewhere else, but I wasn't taking it with me. At this point, I was just leaving it like under a book in my desk or something like that. So one day, and this all happened in the span, because she was only in Bahrain for maybe max 2 months. This all happened in the span of like maybe the first 3 weeks that she was there. And as it was going on, I like literally never thought anything about it. Because I'm such a like chill person. I think I like let a lot of stuff go. Because I don't want to be rude and I don't want to like, Simba, down. I don't want to be like, make her feel bad, you know? So I was just letting it all go. So one day I came home from work, and you know when you're coming home from work, you're tired, like especially in Bahrain, you're hot, you're sweaty, you just want to shower, take your clothes off, shower. And this is why I really hate having a roommate. Well, I hated having a roommate, because I'm not the type to just like walk around naked and stuff like that. I swear. Simba, stop. He's so obsessed. No, you don't like it. Stop bothering. And I'm exhausted. I'm like looking forward to going to bed, showering, all of that. I walk in, she's in the shower, and there's a guy sitting on her desk, and she's in the shower. And it's not the same guy she was sleeping with, mind you. Who cares, but I'm just saying. So I walk in and I see that, and I'm like really, like, at least have like the decency to, I don't know, make him leave before I get there, because you know my ass has been at work all day and I'm tired, you know. So I walk in and she's like, oh hey, like blah 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 blah. He says hi to me, like they're all nonchalant, like acting like everything's normal. I'm like, hi. She's like, yeah, when I get out the shower we're gonna leave, like don't worry, blah 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 blah. I'm like, it's fine, that's fine. I'm like, I just want to shower, like I'm going to bed, and right after I shower, like hinting like I don't want anyone in here, you know. So she gets out the shower, everything's cool, everything's normal, nonchalantly gets out the shower, gets dressed, they leave. I never said anything about it. Like I said, she's a grown woman, she's allowed to have people over, you know. I understand, I get it. My boyfriend at the time was having to muster. So we got off of work. Remember how I told you guys we work nights? We work nights. My boyfriend was having to muster at 7 in the morning. Mind you, we get off work at 5 in the morning. By the time we download, it's almost 6, right? He lives out in town. I live on base. She works mornings. So by the time we get off work, she's about to go and leave to work, right? So let's say we're done around 6. Simba. We get off work 5, by the time we download 6, right? So around 6:20, I want to say, we would be in my room. So I would be like, hey, like, it's stupid for you to go home and come back in an hour and muster. Like, that's so dumb. Just wait. I have a room. Like, wait in my room. And he's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, you know, my roommate doesn't, she works days anyway, so she won't be in there. So it'll be fine. It's not like she's gonna be sleeping and we're gonna be in there, you know. So he was like, yeah, that's fine. So that's what we were doing. We did it for about 2 days, and it would always be to where like we're coming in and she's putting on her boots to get out, you know. So it wasn't a big deal. I was like, I've covered for her so many times. It's not like me and him. It's not like he's in the shower. It's not like he's like on my bed, you know. It's not like any of the times that I've walked in on her doing stuff like that. So like she should be fine with him just sitting there for half an hour. Like she only has to see him for 10 minutes probably. And I'm like, I didn't even think like, oh, she's gonna have a problem with it, because I'm like, no, like she wouldn't have a problem with it. There's no way. So we did it for like 2 days before we were in my bed. I'm not even joking, watching YouTube. He's waiting to go muster. And then when he would leave to go muster, he would just go home. I mean, he has a whole house. Like, if we wanted to do anything, we would go to his house. You know what I mean? So we're waiting for him to muster, and I hear someone like pounding on my door. And mind you, she's left like 15 minutes before that happened. She had already left to work. And we had just basically got there. Like, we were watching YouTube. Someone's like pounding on my door. And I hear, open the door, it's Chief whatsoever. I'm like, so I open the door and I'm in a bad mood because I worked all night and I just got off work. He's sitting on my bed, like sitting on my bed. I was like, we're not doing anything wrong. Visitation hours are from like 06 to 22 or something like that, 06 to 20, I don't know. But we weren't breaking any rules. I was like, whatever, like, we're fine. So I go to the door, I open it, and he's sitting on my bed. Like, you can see him from the door. And this chief's like, I know he's in there, like, I know you guys are hiding him, or I know you're hiding him, I can see him. I was like, Chief, I didn't say my boyfriend, I said, you know, whatever. I said, he's in here, we're not hiding, like, he's sitting right there, you can see him. I'm like, what's the problem? And she's like, he needs to come with us right now. And I'm like, I'm already thinking about it because he's already like having to muster a 06 because he got in like some sort of trouble, but like not really. So they were just having him muster for like 2 weeks, I think. And I'm like, what's the problem? Like, we weren't doing anything, whatever. So we stand at the door for a little bit. He walks up and he's like, you know, really apologetic because that's how he is. He'll like, I don't know, he's just way different than I am, but he's like, yeah, Chief, like, I'm just waiting for my muster at like 07 or 06 or whatever. And he's like, my bad, like, I didn't know I was supposed to be here. I couldn't be here. And I was like, no, we just got off work. I'm literally like with this same attitude. I'm like, we just got off work. He musters in an hour. What would be the point of him going home? Like, visitation starts at 06. We're not doing anything wrong. We were watching YouTube on the bed. And he's like, he literally looked at me and he was like, chill out. Because I guess I was getting like way too loud, and it was like a senior chief and a chief. But I was really mad. I was like really, really mad. They take him or whatever. And he comes back pissed. And he's like, hey, I'm just gonna get my stuff and head out. Because he had left his book bag or whatever from work in the room before he stepped out and talked to them. I was like, what happened? And he was like, your roommate said that I made her uncomfortable. And something about she didn't want him in there, and now they made him sign like a restraining order against the room, like he couldn't be within this distance of my room or something like that. And I was like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? That's so stupid. I was like, every time that I seen her with some dude in here, like naked or sleeping in bed, I didn't say anything. I didn't snitch on her. I'm like, we literally weren't doing anything. Like, you're never here when she's here. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, if she wants to play like that, we can play like that. That's fine. So she gets home and I'm like, hey, so who'd you tell that my boyfriend made you uncomfortable? I'm like, because if he did, you could have told me. Like, if you didn't want him in here, if like men aren't allowed in this room, you could have told me and that would have been fine. I'm like, the only reason he's here is because he has to muster. I explained it all to her and she was like, no, I didn't tell anyone. She literally told me this. She said, my chief saw him leaving your room one day and told me that if he was staying the night in there, that I had to report it because otherwise I was going to get in trouble for failure to report. And I was like, yeah, but he's not staying the night here. Like, we're not doing anything. And she was like, yeah, well, I just let him know that like he wasn't there. Like, the day he saw him leaving, that I told him that he like wasn't there every morning. I was like, every morning, he's been there for like 2 days, whatever. I was like, that's fine. Like, if that's what happened, fine, whatever. But I wasn't buying it. I was like, she snitched, you know, whatever, it's cool. So after that, I just kind of let it go. I think she knew not to bring people in the room anymore because she like kind of stopped doing it. And then fast forward to like a week later, they made her leave island because she was like in some sort of situation or whatever. So she was on island for maybe like 2 months. So she's packing to leave, right? And she's like, hey, mind you, she didn't really even clean out her side of the room. She was like, hey, I have like some Vans that don't fit me and like some stuff that doesn't fit me. Like, if you want it, you can have it. But really, it's just her trash because she had Vans that were like a size 8 that didn't fit her. They were too small. So she leaves island, right? Leaves the island. She goes to California. And I think like a couple of days later, I'm looking for like an outfit to wear, and I realize I'm missing multiple things. I'm missing like 3 shirts. I'm missing a bathing suit. I'm missing like just a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, it's probably in my hamper. I'm like, I probably misplaced it. Like, I probably let someone borrow it, whatever. And then I see that she posts a picture on her Instagram wearing my bathing suit that was in my closet, that was locked, where the key was somewhere that I hid. She posted a picture in California with my bathing suit on that she stole. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, she just got my boyfriend in trouble. She made a whole big deal. Like, everyone knew that this was going on. Like, after this happened, they switched me and my boyfriend's sections. Like, they were like, you guys can't be in the same section because obviously, like, it's a conflict of interest, whatever. She made him get in trouble. She made me switch sections. So we no longer had the same time off. We had like opposite time off. And she stole my clothes. Like, she completely like just served me L after L after L. And I didn't do anything about it. So I go to work and I'm like telling people like, yo, my roommate just kind of like stole a whole bunch of my stuff. They're like, you can report it. I'm like, no, like, they're not gonna do anything. She's gone, like, whatever, you know? So I didn't really know how much stuff she took until like a couple of weeks ago. She posted a Depop, right? Like, whatever that is, the Depop account where like you can sell your stuff. Let me tell you how much of the stuff on her Depop is mine, because it's unbelievable. She stole my clothes. She like posted on Instagram with it. Now she's selling it. And honestly, like, it was just like, wow. Like, she came, took everything I had, including like, it was just crazy. Like, I was just like shocked that I let all of that happen. I like am too good of a person to ever like snitch, so I could have got her in trouble like multiple times, which I should have, but I never did. And I mean, I guess she played me, she played the Navy. Now she's where she wants to be, you know, and I'm fine. But anyways, that was basically it for the story today, guys. After her, I have the roommate that I have now, but like, I'm not really there most of the time, so like, I don't have problems with her. But Simba just hopped in this bag. Should I pick him up? Whoa, Simba. That was the second roommate that I've ever had. So yeah, I just have like this thing with roommates. I don't have any luck with them. I'm pretty full. I kind of like didn't really finish. It's really good though. I mean, I low-key did finish. Just not all the fish. It was a lot of fish. But yeah, if you guys like the story, subscribe, comment what you would like to see next. I'm trying to post more videos more regularly. I'm not joking, you guys. I get really tired and lazy. Like, today's my day off. I work for the next 3 days. It's 12:30. I have an appointment at 2, so I have to leave here in like an hour. And I'm so lazy. I wish I could just stay home. I don't even want to go to my appointment, but I gotta have to go. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. That was such a weird smile. How do I say bye? Like, all right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hold me close till I get out.